Hi, how are you? And welcome to my YouTube channel. Please, if you see this video, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing, and also comment on which topic you'd want us to work on. So right now, I want us to look at the volume of cylinders. Okay? Cylinder. And a cylinder is something that has this kind of a shape. Okay? This is what is a cylinder. It can be a tin, it can be a drum, it can be a cup, it can be anything. Also, a basin or a sufuria is also considered a cylinder, okay? So, you'd ask, how do I calculate the volume of a cylinder? Now, you find the volume of a cylinder, by using the formula pi r squared height. Okay, pi you can use 3.142 or 22/7 depending on the question or whether you're given or not. R is the radius and h is the height. Okay, so for instance, assume you have this cylinder here. It looks like this. Looks like that. You have the radius as 14 centimeter and you have the height as 20 centimeters. Allow me to use pi. So, no, wait. You're supposed to, maybe the question is written, find the volume of this cylinder. You can see very well that the radius is 14 centimeters and the height is 20 centimeters, okay? So, if you are given this sum, you just say that the volume V is pi r squared height. So how do you write that? You just say 22/7 times radius squared, then you multiply by 20, okay? By 7, 1, by 7, 2. So you can feed in your calculator, 22, you multiply by 2, 22 you multiply by 2, then you multiply by 14, then you multiply by 20 to get, you'll get 12,320 centimeters cubed. Okay? Now, another way you can understand this formula is, it can be the volume of a cylinder can be cross-sectional area times height. So, assume that you are given this this cylinder that has, assume this cylinder. You are not yet given the radius. You are not given the radius or the diameter, but you are told that this cross-sectional area is 616 centimeters squared, while the height is actually 12 centimeters. Okay? You see, when we have this pi r squared here, it is the area of this part below here. Okay? It is the area of this part below. Remember, this area is circular, and the area of a circle you find by pi r squared height. So in this, the area of a circle you get by pi r squared, okay? So the height is when you are supposed to calculate the volume. So the area of the cross-sectional area is this area here. And when you're given this area, you're only supposed to multiply with the height. So for instance, in this case, we have the cross-sectional area as 616. So to find the volume, I'll take this 616, I multiply by what? by 12. To get 616, you multiply by 12 to get 7,392 centimeters cubic. Okay? Our final example on the same, assume I have this. So let's do two examples. One where you don't have the cross-sectional area, you have the radius, and the other one when you have the cross-sectional area. So assume I have this cylinder here. Here it is. Assume I have this cylinder here that has the radius as 28 centimeters and the height is 30 centimeters. What do? I know very well that the volume is pi r squared times height. So what will I do? I'll just write 22/7 times 28 times 28 times my height, which is 30. Okay? By 7, 1, by 7, 4. The rest, feed it in your calculator and write 22. You multiply by 4. You multiply by 28. Then you multiply by 30. To get, you'll get 73,920 centimeters cubic. Okay? Assume I have this other one here that has a cross-sectional area. I hope you can see. Can you see? Let me bring it on a little bit there. So, assume you have this one. This is a cylinder. Okay? This is a cylinder that looks like this. Then, you're given the cross-sectional area as 154 centimeters squared and the height as 12 centimeters. So I just said that the volume, the other formula of finding the volume of a cylinder is cross-sectional area you multiply by height. So you'll just take 154, you multiply by 12. Okay? You just take 154, the cross-sectional area, you multiply by height 12, giving you 1,848 centimeters what? Centimeters cubic. Now, you can have a situation where you're supposed to find how many liters of the liquid can the container hold. So let me teach you this concept a little bit fast. So, 1,000 centimeters cubic equals to 1 liter. Okay? Do you understand? So like, take for instance, in this case here, you have been asked how many liters can this cylinder here hold? How many liters of a liquid can this cylinder hold? And remember, you have the volume as 1,848 centimeters cubic. So what do? You'll just come, write your answer, and you divide by 1,000. Then you will get that the cylinder can hold 1.848 liters of any liquid. Let's do a complete sum. Assume that we have this, okay? Assume that we have this cylinder over here. Assume that we have this cylinder that has its radius as 7 centimeters and the height is 20 centimeters, okay? So what do? We know very well that volume is pi r squared height. So what do we write? We write 22/7. You multiply by 7, then by 20. So by 7, 1, by 7, 1. Then in your calculator, type 22. You multiply by 7. Then you multiply by 20 to give you 3,080 centimeters cubic. But you're supposed to find the amount of liquid that it can hold. So you just divide by 1,000 by 0, then to 2 decimal place to get you 3.08 liters. Okay? Please subscribe. Tell me which topic you may want me to teach. Thank you.